1207, unique number of occurrences. So you're given an input array of integers, and so you are outputting, because there's a Boolean in the signature, you're outputting true or false based on whether this number appears a unique number of times. So for number one appears 1, 2, 3 times. Number 2 appears 2 times, and number 3 appears 1 time. So the numbers that are here, 1, 2, and 3, occurred a unique number of times. So this is false, for example, because even though these numbers are unique, they both occurred 1 time. And for this input array, also they are occurring a unique number of times. So -3 appears 3 times, 0 appears twice, and 1 appears 4 times. So because they all occurred a unique number of times, the output is true here. So in order to solve this problem, we are definitely going to have to look through the entire array because we have to count them, and we have to keep track of the number of occurrences. So the easiest way to do that is to use a hash map. So we can use a hash map. The key is the number that is in the array, and the value is the count that is incremented every time you see it. And then once we get through that, we iterate through the keys in the hash map, and we check to see if we saw this value before. See, the value is unique, and we're going to use a hash set for that. Hash set. So first we'll initialize our hash map, and we'll just say hash map integer will be the key, and an integer will be the value also, and I will initialize it. And let's just go through here. So I'll say for every integer that is in that array, we're going to say hash map put. We're going to put that integer, and then the value is going to be either 1 if it doesn't exist, or the value plus 1. So let's get a default value. So I'll say our value will be whatever I is, or it's going to be 0. I'm going to say get or default. So this is a convenience method here. So if you get I and I doesn't exist, it's going to return a null for you. So you want to make sure that you're going to have a default value here. So it's going to be 0, and then I'm going to put either the value 0 or whatever it was, and I'm going to add 1 to that. So here we have a hash map that is full of the keys and the values. So now we're going to have to iterate through the keys in the hash map and check to see if the value is unique. So we're going to say for every, I'm going to say integer I again, and we're going to get that key set. And we're going to say, have we seen this value before? So a hash set of integers, and the way the hash set works is it won't add a value in there if it already exists. So we're going to rely on that to check to see if this is a unique value. So that should be okay. For here, we're going to say if I can't add, like if I can't take H and I can't add in I, I'm going to return false. Oh, it has to be H and get I, actually. So this is this hash set. And if I can't add in the value, that means the value is already there. And so then I'm going to return false. And if I get through that, I am just going to return true. So let me just run this, submit. And it has a pretty great runtime and little use of memory. But I also want to say, if you want to just actually take this here, and instead of replacing value, you could just put that there. Just do it all in one line. It might increase the runtime, so you don't have to calculate it every time. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward if you just use that. So this other trick here is if you add it here. So even though you're checking if you can't add it at the same time, it actually still adds it to the hash set. So that's another way of just like making your code really succinct. All right, thank you very much.